It was one of those gray, rainy afternoons when everything feels a little heavier than usual. The cafe on Main Street was buzzing with the usual chaos, customers impatiently tapping their fingers, the sound of steaming coffee machines, and voices overlapping in casual gossip. In the middle of it all was Emily, the young waitress with a tired smile that still somehow brightened the room. She moved quickly between tables, her shoes squeaking slightly against the damp floor, trying to keep up with every order while maintaining that quiet grace she was known for. Outside, the rain poured steadily, drenching the streets until suddenly, a sharp gasp cut through the chatter. An elderly woman had slipped on the slick pavement just outside the cafe. For a moment, time seemed to pause. People stared, some whispered, but no one moved. And in that stillness, Emily's instinct kicked in, and everything changed. Without wasting a second, Emily rushed outside into the pouring rain. The chill cut through her thin uniform, but she didn't care. Kneeling beside the old woman, she gently lifted her arm and helped her sit up, her voice calm and full of concern. "Are you all right, ma'am?" she asked softly, brushing the rain from the woman's face. A few passers-by stood nearby, whispering and chuckling. One man scoffed, "Why bother? She's just some old lady." Another laughed, "Guess she wants to be a hero." Emily heard every word, and for a split second, it stung. But she didn't respond. She simply smiled, wrapped her arm around the woman, and guided her inside the cafe to a warm seat by the window. She brought her a cup of tea, still trembling from the cold, yet her heart was steady, because doing the right thing never needs an audience. The elderly woman sat quietly at the corner table, her hands wrapped around the warm cup of tea Emily had brought her. Raindrops traced slow patterns down the window beside her, and for a long moment, neither of them spoke. Emily returned to her work, glancing over now and then to make sure the woman was all right. There was something about her presence, something calm yet distant, as if she carried years of unspoken stories behind her tired eyes. Most customers had already left, but Emily stayed close, refilling her tea and offering a reassuring smile whenever their eyes met. She didn't know why she felt so drawn to this stranger, but deep down, it felt like more than just an act of kindness. It felt meaningful, as if fate had quietly arranged their meeting on this rainy afternoon. Sometimes, the most ordinary encounters hide extraordinary beginnings. As the evening came to a close and the cafe grew silent, Emily began wiping down the counters, ready to lock up for the night. The rain had stopped, leaving the streets glistening under the soft glow of the streetlights. Just then, a gentle voice called from behind, "Excuse me, dear." Emily turned to see the same elderly woman standing by the door, a kind smile on her face. "You have a good heart," she said softly. "I wanted to thank you properly." Emily, slightly embarrassed, replied, "Please, it was nothing. I'm just glad you're okay." The woman shook her head. "You don't understand. I'm Eleanor Harrington. Nathan Harrington's mother." For a moment, Emily froze, realizing she was speaking to the mother of one of the country's wealthiest men. The woman everyone ignored, everyone mocked, was someone extraordinary. That night, Emily's simple act of kindness found its voice in the most unexpected way. In the weeks that followed, Emily's life began to change in ways she could never have imagined. Eleanor kept her promise to stay in touch, visiting the cafe often and learning more about the young waitress who had helped her that rainy day. Deeply moved by Emily's sincerity and hard work, Eleanor decided to give her something more valuable than a simple thank you, an opportunity. She helped fund Emily's education and encouraged her to follow her dream of opening her own cafe, one built on kindness and community. Soon, that dream came true, a warm little place where struggling workers and those in need could come for a free meal and a moment of comfort. Emily never saw it as charity, she saw it as passing on the same compassion she once offered a stranger. Her single act of kindness had now become a movement of hope. As time went on, the story of Emily's kindness spread far beyond the walls of her little cafe. People who once mocked her began to understand what true compassion looked like. The cafe became a symbol of generosity, where laughter and gratitude replaced judgment and indifference. Emily never sought fame or recognition, yet her actions inspired others to give without expecting anything in return. She often thought back to that rainy afternoon, how a single moment of instinct, a simple choice to care, had changed everything. It taught her that real kindness doesn't need an audience, nor does it wait for the perfect time. It's the quiet force that heals hearts, connects strangers, and reminds us that humanity still exists. Because sometimes, one small act done with love can echo louder than 1,000 words of praise. Kindness, after all, is the truest form of strength.